So start, let's start in a child's pose. Yeah, let the knees go wide. Let's see if the fire will start, because that'll build a little heat in here. It's a little funky, this fire pose. Sometimes it starts, sometimes it doesn't. Okay. Relax the forehead, connect to the breath. Arms can be any direction that feel good. Spread the lower back. Take another big breath in. Good. Press up onto all fours. Let's go right to tabletop. Curl the toes into the mat. Sink the spine down and look forward. Exhale, round and look in. And just move like that, sinking the spine down, looking forward. Exhale, rounding and looking in. Again, inhale, sink. Exhale, round. Come to flat back tabletop position. Let's curl the right leg into the mat. Curl the right toes into the mat. So just fire it up. This is like a half plank. Float the right leg up in space. Yeah, and just feel for a second. So it's good to start like this just because it kind of aligns your pelvis, and you want to feel how neutral the body needs to be to really support poses that are with closed hips, because this is a closed hip pose. Right. Draw the right knee in towards the navel. Just kind of lift the right shin away from the mat. Arms are straight up and down. And let's just slide the right foot all the way forward and through. Slide the left leg back so it's on a nice little angle. I've been practicing with my blocks nearby because I sometimes just find that a little elevation, Mom, you have 2 blocks there. Okay, good. Sometimes really helps. Yes. And just breathe, feel the length of that back left psoas. This is really what we need to open to get ourselves moving in the practice. Yeah. And just breathe here, just hold and breathe. So if you can create a little bit of an up dog with your chest, that would be great. Shoulders soften down the back. Yeah. Take 3 more breaths and just let your body feel. Like sometimes you feel a lot, sometimes it's just kind of passive. Yeah. Okay, so let's release the hands to the mat, curl the back left knee up off the ground. So now you're just in this low lunge. And let's slide to a plank. Drop the knees down right below you, lower halfway to a supported push-up. Re-straighten your arms to supported plank. Let's lift hips up and back, down dog, 5 breaths, and then we'll do the other side. So just find down dog, pedal out the legs a couple times. Breathe your hips way up off your shoulders. Let your head go, relax your jaw and your face. I think the goal of this morning's practice is just to move. Don't do anything too aggressive, and just to make ourselves feel good, make ourselves feel alive. Good. Drop to your tabletop position, set it up again, curl the left toes into the mat, activate that left thigh. So just in a little modified tabletop. Sometimes it's nice to work from this spot. Float the left leg up so it's just hip height. Just feel the extension and see if you can really engage the navel to the back of the spine, if that's possible for you today. Hug the left knee in, scoop up the belly. The arms are straight up and down. Just look forward with your eyes a little. Keep the neck nice and neutral. Land the left foot all the way forward. Slide your right side back so it's comfortable enough and you get a good stretch. Use some blocks to elevate your hands because we're just pausing in this position for a few breaths. So create a little bit of an up dog in your chest. Obviously, you're not jamming into your low back. You're just finding some space. Soften the shoulders down the back and let's just breathe. Feel the length and the strength of that back right leg. Nice, easy, smooth breaths. So nothing happens when you just come to a pose for a breath, 2 breaths, 3 breaths. You really just have to hold it for a few. So your body starts to create some space and some opening. Activate your back leg. So now the knee just lifts up. So you're just in a low, tight lunge. Good. Hands to the earth. Let's step to a plank. Once you get to this plank position, drop your knees on an angle, lower halfway to a supported push-up. Re-straighten your arms to a supported plank. Lift the knees so you're back in plank position, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward towards the right wrist, beyond your fingertips. Slide your left foot forward to meet it. I'm going to practice with my feet a little separated. Long spine to prepare. If the hands don't make it, just slide the hands to the shins. This is a great alternative. Exhale, fold over your legs, let your head go. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer at heart, drop your arms. So arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over, bent knees forward, fold, let your head go. Long spine to prepare. Take a giant step back with your right leg. Hands plant, left leg joins, plank position. Halfway to a push-up, drop your knees if you need support. Peel through an up dog or baby cobra, or take it out if it's not in the cards for today. Hands and palms, palms and feet press, hips up and back, down dog. The left foot lands, just slide it all the way forward and through, beyond your fingertips. And then spring to the top. Feet can be a little bit apart. Long spine on the inhale breath. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer at heart. Drop your arms. So just moving like this. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over, bend knees. Let your head go. Long spine to prepare. Giant step back with the left leg. Palms go flush. Right leg joins plank. Halfway to a push-up or take it out. Up dog or cobra, can skip this as well. Hips up and back, down dog. So let's just move on the breath together. Right foot lands, low lunge. Left foot joins at top. Long spine, fold in half. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Keep going, arms go up. Dive over bent knees. My legs are super bent. Long spine to prepare. Right foot takes a generous step back. Plant the palms, left foot joins plank. Halfway to a push-up, up dog or cobra. Take out what's not needed. Hips up and back, down dog. The left foot lands, low lunge. Just keep it going. The right foot comes to the top, nice and easy. Long spine, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive in half over bent knees, let your head go. Long spine to prepare, giant step back with your left leg. Plant your palms, right foot joins plank. Halfway to a push-up, up dog or cobra. Hips up and back, down dog. Look where you want to go, step or float, top of mat. Long spine, weight stays forward. Exhale, fold, let the head go. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Arms go straight up, one more. Dive in half over bent knees, let your head go. Long spine, prepare. Step or float through your variation of a vinyasa. So adding or subtracting what feels best, and always meeting back in a downward facing dog. Just hold and breathe. Just feel your body. The center of your heels melt closer towards the ground. The shoulders move away from your ears. Plug down evenly with your hands. Good. Let's come forward to plank and lean on our left hand for Vashisthasana side plank. You can modify, it's early in the practice. I'm showing how the left knee can be down. The right leg can support. It can float up hip height. Stack up the shoulders. Find a variation of Vashisthasana that you know you can hold on the left side. I'm showing a modified version. It's just as good. Stack up the body, look sideways, look up. Spark up your top toes if they're lifted and breathe a little bit fuller and deeper. Eyes go to the floor, right hand comes down. Let's revisit plank and take the right knee in towards the navel, just briefly. Right knee in towards the navel, step your right foot forward and through, be in a low lunge. Yeah. Arms go right alongside your body as we hover. I know for me, the first thing that goes in this pose is the right hip wants to jut out. So grip your right hip in, activate your back leg. Know you can always modify with your bottom knee down. root to rise, high lunge, crescent lunge. So you're gonna work this out. Arms reach up, lower half the body kind of melts down. You wanna feel the weight in your standing right foot. Your right thigh bone slides back into the hip socket, and a strong back leg. You can always soften that knee. Another big breath in. Yep. Hands to frame your front foot. So listen carefully. You're going to have a little fun this morning and feed your right leg back and through. If you want to hug your right knee in for a breath, that's fine. Extend the right leg back and through for a three-legged down dog. We're not going to open the hip. We're going to keep everything very even and squared off. Look forward with your eyes. You can go ahead and squeeze the right knee back in, or you can just step it forward and through, turn the back foot on a strong angle, and root to rise, warrior one. So you can add or subtract a little extra core if you want to, or just find your way into the pose. The back foot is on a strong angle, so much so that the left ribs can spin forward and the arms energize towards the sky. Hands to frame your front foot. Vinyasa, dog pose, make this work. Is it making you hot? In your down dog, roll forward plank, lean on your right hand, Vashisthasana side plank. You can drop your bottom knee. You can use your left leg as support. You could float it up hip height. Stack up the body, look sideways, look up, find something you know you can maintain for a few really good breaths. Just you and your breath. Plank position, left knee in towards navel, scoop up the belly, arms are straight up and down, look forward, land your left foot forward and through, be in a low lunge. Iron out the position of the feet and the legs, arms reach back alongside the body, you're hovering first, grip the left hip in, activate your back leg, your palms always face down, guys, so your shoulders can really slide down the back, root to rise, high lunge. Hip points move forward, back leg is supporting the pose, front thigh, nice and energized. Side ribs nice and long. As your eyes can start to move up the wall a little without the neck dropping back. So think deliberate transition, okay? However that looks for you, hands come down. You can hug your left knee in, scoop up the belly again. Extend the left leg back and through for a three-legged down dog. Pause for a sec and feel the right hip grip in as the left leg stays super engaged. Arms are firm. Come back forward, hug that knee in if you want, and then step the foot forward and through, land the back foot. Warrior one is how we move here. Yeah, right side of your body steers forward. Activate, press firm. Grip your left hip in. Take another giant breath in. Hands to frame your front foot, vinyasa. Up dog is smooth. Hips up and back, down dog. So let's do this on the breath. The right foot lands, crescent lunge, come on up. Hands come down to frame your front foot, hug your right knee in. Feed the right leg back and through, three-legged down dog. Come back forward with the right knee in, so you're just really activating that center line. Step the right foot forward and through. Turn the back foot on a strong angle. Root to rise, warrior one. Hands back down through a smooth transition that works for you. You can just skip all this other jazz and just go to dog and breathe. The left foot lands high in the ball of your back foot. First, we come up crescent lunge, hip points are forward. Hands come back down. You can feed that leg right back and through. You can hug it in for a breath or two and then extend it up and back, three-legged down dog. Come forward, engage the navel in towards the back of the spine, land the left foot forward and through, turn the back foot on a strong angle. Warrior one, take a breath in. Back down we go, keep it moving. Up dog is smooth. Hips up and back, down dog. Look to the top of the mat, step or float your feet there. Long spine, fold into yourself, sit into your first chair. You can practice with your feet separated. Little arch in that back, arms energetic up towards the sky. Shoot up to stand up, drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Here we go, arms go straight up. Sit deep, chair pose. Dive over, bent knees, let your head go. Long spine prepares you. Step or float, vinyasa of choice. Up dog pulls you through. Hips up and back, down dog. Right foot lands, back foot turns. Rise, warrior one. Back down we go. Vinyasa. When you get to your dog, step the left foot forward, turn the back foot strong, rise, warrior one, make it feel good. You got it. Hands come down. If I'm moving a little quicker, it's fine. We'll meet in a down dog and we'll breathe. See, this fire doesn't want to go on. I don't know why. No, it's fine. I'm hot now. Look where you want to go, guys. Step or float to the top of the mat. Long spine. We're going to do one more. Exhale, fold. Heavy in your heels for chair pose. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Yes, here we go. Arms go straight up. Heavy in your heels for chair. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Let your head go. Long spine. Set it up, step or float through a vinyasa. We're going to make this practice very efficient. Up dog pulls you through. No wasted time. Hips up and back, down dog. Right foot lands, back foot turns. Rise, warrior one. Hands back down. Move on your breath, your beat. We're all a little different. When you get to your dog, the left foot lands on your breath. Rise, warrior one. Back down we go through a vinyasa. Up dog pulls you through. Hips up and back, down dog. Look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat. I lied. We'll do one more. Long spine, weight is forward. Exhale, fold. Mine as well. Sit heavy in your heels for chair. We're just going to flow it through. Feel the weight in your heels. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Here we go. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Heavy in your heels. Chair. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Let your head go. Long spine to prepare. Step or float through your version of a vinyasa. The up dog pulls you through. Nice. Hips up and back, downward facing. Right foot lands, back foot turns. Come on up, warrior one. Hands come back down to frame your front foot, vinyasa. Up dog pulls you through. Hips up and back, down dog. Left foot lands, the back foot turns, rise. Warrior one. Back down we go through a vinyasa. Up dog pulls you through. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Good work. In this down dog, walk your feet halfway up your mat. Walk your hands to meet. So you're just in the center of your mat. Bring your hands to your hips. Come halfway up. Come the rest of the way up. So I'm going to turn towards you. You can turn, pick a direction. So if you're no longer facing the camera, I think you can get by just fine. Stand on your left leg and take your right leg up into a tree. Yeah. If you want to stay facing the camera, that's fine. Just doing tree pose on the left leg. Bring the hands to prayer. Hug your hips in. I just practice the basics of this posture, standing up really, really tall. And then you can grow your branches straight up towards the sky, kind of open on an angle. Anything feels kind of nice here. And then fix your eyes, maybe let your eyes kind of walk up the side wall, a little bit up towards the sky. And just breathe. Quiet your mind and just feel the imperfections of the pose as you kind of weave on your mat a little. Find the best stability that you can. Hands to prayer, step down. Switch the weight into the right leg and just draw the left leg up, tree on the left side. Get yourself set here by hooking the hips in and then grow your branches however it feels best. Yeah, fix your eyes. Side body grows long. Anchor that right foot. Hug your hips in. As you hold, quiet. Hands to prayer. Step down. Good work. Switch your feet way apart. Yep. Split your feet way apart. So you want your ankles and your wrists to line up. That's kind of the idea. From your right hip, turn your right toes out. Turn your back foot on an angle. And let's find Trikonasana triangle pose. Yep, triangle pose. Grab anywhere along the front of your right shin or use a block. And the block can go to the outside of that right calf. Yeah. Slide the shoulders down the back. Root through your feet, your inner and arches of your feet, inner and outer blades of your feet, the inner and outer parts of your thigh bone. And your side ribs stay long as you stack it up. Keep the neck neutral. You can always look down if it bothers your neck. Good. Lean back a tiny bit, but stay out of your low back. Integrate the breath into the feeling of just holding this pose. Just hold the pose. Couple more. Let the top arm pull you up. Arms are straight and legs are straight. Now I just need you to sit really deep into your right thigh, bend deep. So it's the same alignment. Your side ribs stay super long. You're just in a very long stance, so your tailbone can drop. You wrap your right thigh open. You should have a little sensation moving through your upper body because our arms are, staying elevated. Close your eyes and hold here. Breathe. How can you soften in a pose? Very simple posture, not so easy to soften. Potential spam is calling me. Yes, we're not going to answer that. Breathe. Let's flip the palm, reverse the warrior, let the left hand slide down the back of the thigh. And then come back through warrior two, reach way out, and let's place the hand on the outside of the foot this morning. Let's go outside of foot. I'm going to use a block. You can also just rest your arm on the top of your thigh as a great alternative. The left arm straight up or up and forward for a really nice long side body opening. We're holding for a good few breaths, so make yourself kind of comfortable in the pose, if that's possible. Take your bottom ribs and turn them towards the sky. Hug your right hip in, integrate that left leg more, and breathe. If having your arm forward doesn't feel good in your shoulder or your neck, you can just have your arm straight up towards the sky. Stay with it. Keep gripping your right hip in, keep turning your bottom ribs. Stay heavy in your legs as you twist those bottom ribs. If you know you need the block for the other side, grab it in your right hand, come up warrior two. Straighten your right leg on track. Take the block to the left hand. Pivot the right toes in, okay? Arms spread nice and wide. Just place the block down. And from your left hip, turn your left toes out. So nothing really is shifting here, just going the other direction. Good. And then pivot, Trikonasana. Triangle pose. So setting up triangle facing the back edge of the mat now, whatever direction you're facing. If you needed your block, it's right there. Place it to the outside of your calf. Lean back a little. I always have my front leg a little bent. It's a good habit to practice like that, just so you can keep the back side of your leg healthy and aligned. Lots of little ligaments we don't need to go into. Settle in here, a few more breaths. Feel, let your body just align itself the best that it can. Let the top arm pull you back up. So your arms are straight, your legs are straight, your wrists are lined up with your ankles. Just bend your left thigh and find warrior two. Lengthen the side body, sit heavy. Breathe across your collarbone. You want to track your left knee directly over your ankle. Close your eyes and just maintain some stability in this pose, just 5 or 6 breaths. You know, I say that like it's not a big deal. It's not. Just find some stillness. Let your body just kind of ride the wave. Soften a little more. Flip the palm, reverse your warrior. See, it went by quick. Come back through warrior two, reach out. This is where you would use the block again, outside a foot, or arm can just come to the top of the thigh. Extended side angle A. Your right arm can just be straight up. It could wrap up and forward. It's like a bow and arrow. It's very strong if that's what you're choosing to do. The arm shouldn't be coming in front of the face. Baby finger goes on an angle. Soften your left shoulder away from your ear. Take your bottom ribs and keep turning them. Yeah. Hug your left hip in and breathe. Watch that your left knee doesn't turn in. It has to continuously roll out so it's connected to the inside of that left arm. Couple more. If you know you want to move your block with you, just grab it in your left hand, right arm up, let the top arm pull you up, warrior two. Straighten your left leg on track, turn the left toes in. You can just kind of take your block, throw it to the front edge of the mat. Bring your hands to your hips and hop your feet together or just line up at the center of the mat. Good, good work. So you're gonna just step to the top of the mat. Find a chair, sit deep. Dive over bent legs, forward fold, let your head go. Long spine sets you up. Let's just move ourselves through a vinyasa. Pull yourself through an up dog or cobra. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. The right foot lands. Let's come to a crescent lunge. Yep. Crescent lunge. Let's drag our hands to prayer. Lean out, hook the elbow and twist. So if for some reason you're not twisting today, you can stay upright. You don't have to twist. You can take an easy twist. You can just hold crescent lunge. If you're able to kind of hook and twist, you got to get your elbow to the outside of the thigh. You want to lean back a little bit so the crown of the head lines up with that back left heel. Point your right elbow towards the sky, or maybe you're opting to open your arms this morning. So you pick how much you want to put out, how deep you want to go. Grip your right hip in, activate your back left leg, and let's twist a little deeper, make it a little bit more dynamic. Look sideways, look up. Reconnect with your breath. If you start to slip, feel it slipping away. Ujjayi breathing. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your nose, take it a little deeper. Hands to frame your front foot. Hug your right knee in, so you're back in that plank with your right knee in, arms are straight up and down. Extend your right leg back and through for a 3-legged down dog. Yeah. Point your right toes, re-engage and hug your right knee in again, and step the right foot back, forward and through. This time you're gonna reach for a block, you're gonna pop up into half moon. Yes, right foot has to stay forward, hip hugs in. Stack up the body, look sideways, look up. Yeah, sometimes our balance is a little funky. If you want to add in the bind, you're welcome to. If not, just stay basic. Flex the left toes. Think of your right leg as Tadasana, forward and straight. If you fall, just try again. If you added a little bind, release into regular Ardha. The left hand comes to the floor, square it off first, okay? And then land your feet together or somewhat close together. Long spine, fold, sit back into that chair. Drag your hands to prayer. Inhale the breath. Let's hook and go to the right. If you're not hooking, just stay upright. Take a little baby twist, hold chair pose. The goal is to keep the feet, the shins, the knees, everything really aligned. Weight stays in your heels as you look sideways or up. Point your right elbow towards the sky and twist open. Yeah, I think you did a good job. Sit a little deeper. Good, let's pull around to chair. Dive over bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Long spine sets you up, move through a vinyasa, just keep it going. I told you we're not doing anything fancy. Up dog pulls you through. Hips up and back, down dog. It doesn't feel like a day that we can handle anything too fancy. Left foot lands, crescent lunge. Come on up. Good. Drag the hands to prayer. Lean out first. You can air twist. You can stay up. You can hook. Activate that back leg. Think of your back leg super charged up though. It's like plank. Get in there. Open up your arms. Nice. You can take this into an easy twist, whatever feels best. We're holding for a few breaths. Get a little heavier in that front thigh, guys. Yeah, just hold crescent. That's great. Grip your bottom left hip in. Activate your back leg. Twist a little deeper. Two more. Hands to frame your front foot. Do this deliberate. Hug your left knee in and then feed it back and through. Three-legged down dog. Pause. Flex the foot super strong. Keep the hips aligned. Then re-engage, point the toe. Swing that left knee back in towards the center line and plank. Land the left foot forward and through. You're in a low lunge. Set up for Ardha. Use your block. Enough out in front of you that you can find your balance. Right hand can always come to your hip. Stack it open. Think of your left foot as Tadasana, your left hip grips in. Soften behind that left knee. Then open it up. Quiet your mind by using your breath. Just find the posture the best that you can for today. Doesn't need to be perfect. If you added anything fun, just release and meet us in a regular, basic Ardha Chandrasana. Right hand to the floor, square off your hips, step your feet together, or I do it a little separated. Long spine on the inhale, fold, sit into chair once again. Drag your hands to prayer, inhale your breath. You don't have to twist, you can just stay kind of engaged, hook and twist if you're going for it. Yeah. Work on your alignment. Weight's heavy in your heels, look sideways, look up. Get in there. Point the elbow towards the sky. And breathe. It won't last forever. We're doing great. Two more. Pull around to chair. Stay engaged. Weight in your heels. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Definitely have your feet hips apart. Have your blocks at the top, okay? Stand on your right leg. Let's hug the left knee in towards the navel. Give it a squeeze. So you're on your right leg and you're hugging your left knee in. This is one pose for me personally in my practice right now that's just sucking. It's just sucking. And it's like, I just have to back out of it and it's okay. So if you're able to grab your big toe, that's great. The leg that's moving forward does not have to go pin straight. The leg that you're on has to stay straight. I'm just going to show the modification, which is fine. Standing up and I'm grabbing below the knee because truthfully, this is just working on my balance and my concentration. My right arm can swing straight up towards the sky, no matter how deep or how far I am in this pose. Work on little things, like feel engaged with that right foot. Feel your right hamstring and your right glute, like firing up. Soften the shoulders down the back. Fix your eyes. Come back to your breath. These are all just little pointers that you keep kind of circling back around. Keep the leg moving up and take it into a twist. You can just take your hand to the outside of the thigh, knee area, and peel the arm back. If you're not twisting today, just keep the leg forward and stay upright. If you're doing this with the leg going straight out, grab the outside of that foot and kick the leg forward and through. Breathe into that left palm. Look sideways, look back. Pull around to center, arms up, leg up. Wrap up into eagle. It will be brief, wrapping your arms, wrapping your legs. Squeeze down the center line. Steer the hips back, weight stays in that standing right heel. Yeah. Rather than tugging down on the elbows, lift the elbows up. Fix your eyes. Keep the legs nice and tight. Just unravel your arms and unravel your left leg to step back to a 3-foot step. Okay, so it's like a short warrior one with your arms moving up. Right hand slides to hip, left arm stays nice and aligned. Come halfway down, then come the rest of the way down. Block to the instep of the foot. You can just stay here with the hand on the flat part of your back, or you can peel your right arm open. If you're not twisting, just elevate your hands and take this more like a Parsvottanasana as you fold. Yeah. Obviously not working. Feel like someone's got you by your hips. Yeah. Go the other direction, Andy. There you go. Perfect. Now you're back in business. So I don't know how your hamstrings feel, Katie, but you can work on flexing your right foot a little and getting a little deeper into the hamstring. You could slide blocks underneath your hands and work with having the blocks moving further forward. 2 more breaths wherever you are. Hands to frame your front foot. I want to move you through a vinyasa. Just step to a down dog, then roll forward to a plank. You want to keep it energetic. Halfway to a push-up, up dog or cobra. You can smile with the back bend. Hips up and back, down dog. That was wonderful. Look to the top of the mat, step or float your feet there. Last time today. Long spine weight is forward. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Hands to prayer, drop your arms. We are standing on our left leg, hug your right knee in. Okay, just hug it in and just start basic, and you may stay basic. Right hand can stay on that right knee, left hand to hip. Hook the big toe and extend the leg forward if you have that in you. Left arm can just extend up. Align yourself, feel grounded, feel alive, contract that left quadricep. The growth happens to the left side of the body. Soften the shoulders. Keep the leg up and just take it into a twist. Hand to the outside of the thigh, grabbing the outside of the foot is an alternative, and extending that leg forward and through. Look sideways, look back into that hand, stand up really tall. Pull around to center, arms up, leg up. Wrap yourself up here, eagle. Wrap your right arm, wrap your right leg. Yep, squeeze tight. So you gotta let your knees drift a little bit to the right and hips a little bit to the left. Rather than yanking down, lift the elbows up. This is gonna stretch the upper shoulder blades. Squeeze. Squeeze the legs really tight, just unravel your arms. So when you unravel your right leg, just step it back about 3 feet and then walk the left foot a little over to the left. The legs are straight, the arms are straight, left hand to hip, reach way out and then set yourself up here. Okay, twisting triangle, Parsvottanasana. If you're not twisting, hand can go to the flat part of your back. Look sideways, look up. You can peel your left arm open. It's a great hamstring stretch. Anyway, you're taking it with the twist or without the twist. Feel like someone's got you by your hips. They're evenly pulling you to the back edge of the mat. Couple more. Hands to frame your front foot, step to a dog. Roll forward plank, halfway to a push-up, up dog or cobra, hips up and back, down dog. Drop to your forearms for dolphin pose. I'll show you an alternative if you're not into this, okay, in a sec. So dolphin is just down dog on your forearms. It's a great little inversion. If you don't feel like doing that, wide straddle. Okay, so it's part of separate leg stretching like this. You can fold. You could take it a little wider out and walk your hands forward. So it's more like a wide down dog with your feet super wide. So like all these things where you're dropping your head below your heart is setting you up for some inversion. So you're staying for a little longer. See if you can maintain stability wherever you are. Yes, perfect. If you're in a dolphin pose, sides of your triceps grip in, head hangs soft, it's not touching the ground, and you can have a little bend behind your knees. Let's give it 5 more breaths. It's good to go upside down like this, not just in a down dog. Okay, wherever you are, drop down child's pose just for a moment. Let's keep it together. Let's keep it together. All right, let's press up onto all fours, tabletop. Let's do our back bend before we go into our hip opener like this, okay? So what we're gonna do is extend the right leg back like we did earlier. So lift it up. And then the left arm's gonna reach forward just for a moment, because it's important when you back bend to create space first. Okay, so then the left arm reaches back, bend the right knee and grab the ankle. So this is a back bend, and sometimes I think it's more effective than being on our back. So fire up the right thigh, steer the chest forward. Yeah. So reach and stretch in opposite directions. Bring the left hand back down, hug your right knee in like we did earlier, step the right foot forward and through, okay? Rise to a lunge this way. So ultimately, if you can have the knee going straight down, that's great. For a lot of us, it doesn't work. So you may need to slide the knee back or pad. Interlace your hands behind your back, continuing with the concept of back bending. So the idea is to open up the front line. Let your right hip grip in, anchor the right foot. Don't get caught up like I'm not moving that far. Who cares? You're opening up your chest. Your neck stays neutral. Your hand slide down the back of that left thigh. Hold here. You should feel something. You should feel the chest getting a really nice stretch. Pull the torso up. Reach the arms towards the sky. Hands to frame your front foot. Okay. Activate your back leg. And like we've been practicing the whole class, extend your right leg up and back, 3-legged down dog. Last time on this side. Swing your right knee forward, half pigeon. Aha. And breathe. Yeah, if you can, let your head drop. It changes the energy in the pose. Maybe even let your eyes close. Go a little deeper. Come up nice and slow. Find your way back to tabletop, okay? Extend the left leg in space, hip height. Reach the right arm forward. Reach the right arm back, bend at the knee crease to even get hold of your ankle, your foot. Kick up and back, steer the chest forward. So nothing's really opening, like you're opening straight up towards the ceiling. You're not opening your hips. Everything's squared off. Look forward. If you can flex your foot, that's great. It's going to give you more stretch along that front thigh bone, which is your hip flexor. Release the arm and the leg in opposite directions first. Bring the right hand down, hug your left knee in. It's a brief squeeze. Step the left foot forward. If you can keep your right knee straight up and down, give it a whirl, slide the arms up. If you need to pad or slide the knee back a little, that's fine. Drop the arms down alongside the body, opposite grip if you could remember. Good luck with that. Inhale, lift the heart and chest. So this is about really elongating the front line, right? So stay out of your lower back and really just open up the chest. If your hands can slide a little bit down the back of that right thigh, that's the direction we're thinking. Grip your left hip in, feel the left foot grounded, and just breathe. Pull the torso up. First, unravel your arms to the sky, just let the blood flow. Hands come down to frame the front foot. Back knee lifts up off the ground. Last time today, extend the left leg back and through for a three-legged down dog. Feel first. Then look forward and land your left knee forward, half pigeon on this side. And then fold. If you can let your head drop, that's great. Give yourself permission to go a little deeper. Fall a little heavier into the hip. Start to pull the torso up. Okay, come up slow. Lean onto the left side, swing the right leg forward. It's like a little tree with your right leg out, your left leg bent, left hand behind you. You're gonna lift up and back for sail pose, continuing on this back bend theme. If you can get your right foot flat to the floor, that's great. If not, don't force it. Entire front line of the body is continuously opening. Exhale the breath, come down with control. Once you come down, take a beat and then switch the legs. Right. Right hand behind you, inhale the breath. Always try and move on the exhale breath as you come up. Left foot can ground, it can turn on an angle if that feels better for you. Press down and lift up a little higher. One more big breath. Exhale the breath, come down nice and slow. When you hit the floor, let's bring the blocks with us. Let's go down and do a little bit more traditional back bending, just two of them. So I'm going to put my feet on the blocks. I like this. If you're not laying flat, you can always place a block. Katie, I started practicing like this when I was in your situation with a little block behind my head, just so I wasn't flat on the ground. Okay, so the feet can go flat onto these blocks. We're going to set up for bridge. Press the back of the triceps down and lift up. You can clasp the hands. You can do this with your feet flat on the floor. Good. You should feel very open across the front line of the body, not collapsed. Exhale the breath lower. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. One more. Inhale. Move on the exhale breath. Lift up. Fire up your thighs. Lift a little higher. Opposite hand can cross underneath. Lift up 2 inches higher. Exhale. Let it go. Once you hit the lower back down on the mat, let's slide a block underneath our tailbone, any direction that works for us, the flat part of the back. Set up like you're going to a little supported bridge and then lift the legs up. So you're going to create like the legs up the wall. This is just to flush lactic acid from the legs. So once again, you can always support your head and your neck with that little pillow underneath. Your lower back can be flat on the ground too. Maybe just close your eyes and just feel your body aligned. Bend your legs in half, take the feet flat. Once they get flat, lift the hips enough that the block can move out from underneath. Lower the tailbone down, reach for the outer blades of the insteps of your feet. You pick, happy baby. Pull the knees down around the rib cage. If you can't grab the base of your feet, backs of your thighs, there's always an option. Lengthen your tailbone, soften the shoulders, keep the neck straight up towards the sky. Good. So when you release out of this, just take your feet directly to the mat below you. So they're like the feet go the width of the mat. Okay, so you're just going to drop your knees over to the right. It's going to look like this. So the right leg is up a little higher. The left leg is down on an angle. Take your right foot and take it onto the top of that left thigh. So you're going to encourage the IT band to lengthen and stretch. Okay, the hands can be behind your head. I like my left arm up and back because it's going to create a little bit more stretch to that side body, but you play with this a little. Place both hands back behind the head. Let the right foot fall off that left thigh first, and then waver the knees towards the sky, and then move the hips a little to the right and the knees to the left. So the same deal here. Left knee is a little higher than the right. Left ankle slides on top of that thigh. It's going to encourage the thigh bone to press down. Right arm can stretch to the back skinny edge of the mat. You pick, and then feel. Take the hands back behind the head. Let the foot fall off the thigh first. Roll up to center. An even squeeze of your knees in towards your chest, like a big ball. And then on a sharp exhale breath, Shavasana. So the most important part, if you can enjoy this, this is ideal. Slide blocks underneath your thighs. Turn your feet open. Turn your palms open. Exhale the breath, just let go. Yeah, make yourself comfortable so you can lay on your side, you can elevate your head. Yeah. Take a big full breath in. A loud exhale breath out. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, stretch your arms up over the top of the head. If you need more time, take it. Hug the knees in towards the chest, give them a giant squeeze. And then rock up seated and just sit for a sec. If you want to stay down, you stay down. Soften the shoulders. You can close the computer. You can go take a nap. Bring the hands to prayer. Bow your head for a second. Always sit in yourself for a second. The feeling should feel good. Yeah, it's a feel good practice today. Lift the head, open the eyes. Namaste. Mission accomplished. See you next time.